The Pay Next launch gala was a night of champagne and applause, until she crashed the stage.
I supported this project from the start. Hayato owes me. I am the reason it exists.
The MC stumbled back, and 300 investors turned as one.
Mireille, after all this time, she shows up like this?
Her red dress was smeared with rain, her mascara running. But her voice sliced through the speakers. Security rushed forward, but not before she wailed another claim.
He used me. I made him. You all owe me the truth.
Hayato stood frozen at the edge of the stage, watching his past unravel in front of a room of investors. It was the kind of moment that stops a career or defines one. But to understand how she ended up screaming on that stage, we have to go back 3 years. 3 years earlier, Hayato was 26. He spent every night in a cramped apartment, building a mobile payment app called PayNext.
If this works, small shops won't need expensive card terminals.
But Mireille, his fiancée, had been losing patience for months. At a dinner with her friends, her frustration spilled out.
He calls it a startup. I call it a hobby that won't even buy us a sofa.
Her friends laughed and agreed. To them, a man without a steady paycheck was a red flag.
I am stuck playing supporting girlfriend while he chases a fantasy. It's exhausting.
Their engagement photo was still on her phone, but what she said that night wounded deeper than she knew.
You've been at this for 2 years, Hayato. When are you going to grow up?
She doesn't see how close the next update is. Just a little more time.
The fight didn't end there. In the weeks after, the silence between them grew heavier. One evening, Mireille came home with a storm in her eyes. The silence finally shattered.
I've had enough, Hayato. Choose right now, your little app or me.
An ultimatum. After all these years, she can't be serious. Mireille, this app can change our lives. Just give me a few more months. Please.
Months? You've been saying that for 2 years. I am done being a laughingstock.
She didn't wait for an answer. She yanked a suitcase from the closet and started packing.
I've already found someone with a real job. Someone who doesn't live on instant ramen.
She was already planning this. I was the only one still fighting for us.
She walked out laughing, her new life already waiting in a luxury sedan at the curb.
She never believed in me. Not once. And now I am just a footnote in her new life.
The days that followed blurred into a single gray smear. Hayato stopped coding, stopped eating properly.
She was right. I am 29, and I can't even buy a sofa.
On the 5th night, a soft knock interrupted the silence. Rico, a colleague from his part-time job, stood in the hallway.
You weren't at work. I got worried. Brought you something warm.
She remembered. I like miso ramen. I haven't told anyone that in months.
I know things are hard, but I've seen your app. It's not a hobby, it's a lifeline for small shops.
No one has ever called it a lifeline. Not even Mireille.
You've been pouring your heart into this for years. Don't let one person erase that.
Something cracked open in his chest. Not hope, something harder. Resolve.
I'll finish PayNext. Not for revenge. Because someone finally sees what I see.
6 months later, Hayato had a polished prototype and a handful of pitch meetings. Rico helped him rehearse. They believed the next investor would see the vision. In a cold boardroom, an angel investor flipped through his deck and shook his head. Another rejection. The exit door clicked shut.
12 meetings in 4 weeks. 12 no's. Maybe they're right. Maybe it's just a glorified student project.
You are not listening. 3 of them said the concept was solid. They just need to see traction. We can build that.
Traction requires money. The server costs are overdue. And my savings ran out last month.
The next morning, Rico placed a thick envelope on his desk. It was stuffed with worn bills.
It's 2 million yen. I've been saving it for years. Use it. Keep the lights on.
2 million yen. She works the same part-time job I do. How long did it take her to save that? Rico, I can't. This is your future. What if Pay Next fails?
But he took it. And with every yen, the weight on his shoulders doubled. Failure was no longer an option. It was a debt. A week later, a venture capital firm requested a second meeting. The door seemed to crack open. At a tech mixer the night before the pitch, Hayato spotted a familiar silhouette, Mireille, on the arm of a tall man.
So that's the real job guy. He's a manager at Nexus Tech, the same firm I am pitching tomorrow.
The man laughed loudly, his voice carrying. Hayato caught his own name, tangled with the word untested. The next morning, an email landed in his inbox. The second meeting was cancelled. No explanation.
Cancelled? They were ready to sign. What changed overnight?
An hour later, a junior analyst from the firm called off the record. The word had come from Takeda.
Takeda, the boyfriend. He flagged Pay Next as too risky. He poisoned the well just to keep me down.
Mireille's shadow had reached him again. And this time, it wasn't just his heart at stake. It was Rico's life savings.
She left me behind and she's still trying to make sure I fail. But I won't let Rico down. I can't.
That night, Hayato told Rico everything. About Takeda, about the blocked deal. She listened without interrupting.
Then we stop chasing big firms, go where they won't look. Street vendors, night market stalls, they need this more.
She's right. The big firms want scale, but the small players have no one.
They reworked the entire interface that night, simplifying, focusing on the unbanked.
Rico, if this works, it's because of you. Not just the idea. You believed when I didn't.
I've always believed. I just waited for you to see it too.
She said always. What does that mean? No, focus. We're not out of the woods yet.
By dawn, the new PayNext was live on a test server. It looked like something people would actually use.
We should get some sleep. But first, there's an early bird vendor at the corner. I'll buy you breakfast.
Hayato watched her grab her coat. Something warm and unfamiliar stirred in his chest. A week after the pivot, Solara Tech reached out. A demo invitation. The biggest stage yet.
Solara, that's the top tier. If we land this, PayNext becomes a lifeline for every small shop.
4 days. I'll handle the visuals. You own the story. We don't stop until it's airtight.
Hayato rehearsed until his voice was gravel. Rico polished each slide like a gem.
Rico, I couldn't have done this without you. Not the pitch, not the will to keep going.
You would have found the strength. I just cleared some fog along the way.
She always deflects. It's not humility. It's her way of giving without demanding anything back.
At 2 a.m., they saved the final deck. The drive held everything they'd built. The demo was in 8 hours. Sleep was a luxury they couldn't afford. They sat in the quiet office, and the fear felt almost manageable. Because for the first time, he wasn't alone. The Solara boardroom was all glass and silence. 6 executives studied him like a quarterly report.
PayNext targets the 60% of small shops, still cash only. No hardware, no lease, just a phone.
A sharp question cut through his slides. What's your traction? Any real users yet?
After the pivot, 23 vendors are live. 0 drop-off. They trust us because we designed it with them.
Another executive tapped his tablet impatiently. Aren't you worried about larger competitors moving into your space?
Competitors chase premium clients. We're building where they don't look, and word is spreading organically. Rico saw this coming. Every tough question. I have an answer. She helped me build.
Frowns softened. 2 executives exchanged glances and made notes. The ice was cracking. After the demo, the lead executive stood and exhaled. Compelling. We'll be in touch soon. No contract, no handshake, but the door remained open. And for Hayato, that was enough for now. 3 days later, an email arrived at 4:17 p.m. Subject: proposed acquisition of Pay Next.
$4.2 million. They're not asking for a pilot. They want the whole company.
He called Rico. 3 words. They said yes. Her silence on the line was louder than any scream. 2 days later, he sat in a high-rise boardroom, pen in hand, the signature that changed everything. By evening, the news leaked. Every tech blog carried the same headline: local startup acquired for millions. 30 miles away, Mireille was scrolling through her feed when she saw his face staring back at her.
4.2 million? That pathetic app? He must have tricked them. Or, no, this is because of me. If I hadn't left, half of that could be mine. He owes me. I made him.
She grabbed her keys and stormed out. She had to get to him before he forgot where he came from. But Hayato had already warned his lawyer. He was done being anyone's backup plan. Mireille's calls began within the hour, one after another, filling his missed log with a name he'd tried to erase.
Hayato, pick up. I know you are there. We need to talk about us. About the app.
He stared at her name for a long moment on the screen, then pressed block.
She made her choice 2 years ago. I am not her backup plan.
When Mireille tried again, the line wouldn't connect. The reality hit her like a physical blow.
He blocked me. After everything I sacrificed for him, that ungrateful.
Desperate, she drove to Takeda's apartment, hoping he'd fight for her.
Takeda, you have to help me. He's going to forget me. This money should be ours.
Takeda looked at her with disgust. You are a liability now. We're done. And he shut the door.
She stood alone in the hallway, fists clenched. This isn't over. I'll make him remember who I am.
2 days later, Mireille stood outside Hayato's new office with a brittle smile and a head full of threats.
Hayato, open this door. We're not finished. Or are you too rich now to face your past?
She's not going to stop. Fine, I'll end this now. Mireille, leave. There's nothing to discuss. You left, remember?
I supported your little dream for 2 years. I gave you ultimatums that pushed you to work harder. You owe me.
You didn't push me. You mocked me. The only person who believed in me was Rico. Goodbye, Mireille.
Fine, then I'll sue you for emotional damages. I was your fiancée. I contributed to your success.
Hayato didn't look back. The door clicked shut, and security escorted her out. An hour later, he sat across from his lawyer. The threat was absurd, but he wanted to be ready.
She has nothing. No contribution. No evidence. But I won't let her craziness stain what we've built.
A week before the launch, a sleek black invitation arrived. On the counter, beside the morning coffee, it felt like the start of something.
Rico, will you come to the gala with me? Not as a colleague. As the person who made this possible.
I'd be honored, but only if you promise not to thank me in your speech.
She deflects like always, but her eyes gave it away. She knows what I am really asking.
Later, in a tailor shop, Rico adjusted his tie. Her fingers lingered for a moment.
You look like someone who belongs on that stage, not the Hayato from the ramen shop.
The ramen shop version of me would have given up. You are the reason he didn't.
Number. You always had it. I just reminded you.
I want to tell her it's more than gratitude. But if I do, I am afraid the launch will shatter like everything else.
They left the shop in silence, walking side by side. The launch, and whatever came after, was just days away. The night before the gala, a handwritten letter was slipped under his door. 10 pages, soaked in perfume and desperation. The letter read, Hayato, I know I hurt you, but I was scared. I pushed you because I believed in you more than you believe yourself. Please, Don't erase us.
She still thinks she was a partner. Every line is a rewrite of history.
You don't owe her a reply. She made her choice when she walked out that door.
But the last paragraph shifted tone. If you ignore me, I'll be at the launch. I'll make sure everyone knows the truth about how you used me. Hayato folded the pages once. Then he tore them in half. Slow, deliberate, final.
That's the last time her words will shake me. Tomorrow, I stand on my own.
She'll try something at the event. Are you ready for that?
If she shows up, she'll only prove what she always was. I am not hiding anymore.
They spent the rest of the evening in quiet preparation. Whatever storm was coming, they'd face it together. The gala hall glittered with crystal chandeliers and murmured anticipation. Limousines lined the entrance, and the city's elite walked the red carpet.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the founder of PayNext, Hayato Tanaka.
The same fear from every pitch meeting is back. But this time, Riko's belief anchors me.
Outside, at the main entrance, a commotion erupted. Mireille, in a crimson dress, shoved past the velvet rope.
I am a VIP. Let me in. I am the reason this event is happening.
Security blocked her path. She spun away, seething, and disappeared around the alley. She found a service door propped open by a janitor's cart and slipped inside, her heels clicking on the concrete. Back in the ballroom, the spotlight found Hayato as he stepped onto the stage.
Thank you. PayNext began in a one-room apartment, fueled by instant ramen and stubborn hope.
In the shadows by the restrooms, Mireille watched, her fists clenched and eyes gleaming with a fury that promised ruin. Mireille left the shadows and cut through the crowd like a blade, her crimson dress trailing. She shouldered past investors and servers, ignoring the gasps, her eyes locked on the stage. She crossed the stage in 3 furious strides, her heels punctuating the silence. The MC stumbled back in alarm as she tore the microphone from his hand.
I supported this project from the start. Hayato owes me. I am the reason it exists.
A collective gasp swept the ballroom. Every camera turned, capturing the moment.
Everything you are seeing tonight, that's my ambition. He built this empire on my back, then threw me away.
She actually believes her own delusions. Every word is a desperate rewrite of history.
Investors murmured. The lead executive from Solara looked disgusted, but his glare was fixed on Mireille. Security finally rushed the stage, but Mireille clung to the mic like a weapon, her voice rising above the chaos. But Mireille wasn't finished. With wild eyes, she spun toward the audience and continued her tirade.
I cooked his meals, reviewed his plans. Every line of code because I pushed him.
Her voice cracked, and for a moment, the only sound was the shudder in her throat.
He was nothing without me. A nobody eating instant ramen with a pipe dream.
The audience shifted. Phones rose to record the meltdown. Investors exchanged glances of disgust and pity.
She's unraveling in front of everyone. I feel nothing but sadness for what she's become.
Security formed a tight circle at the stage's edge, waiting for an opening.
Say something, Hayato. Tell them I matter. Tell them I am not a joke.
Hayato remained motionless, his silence louder than any retort. He simply watched, his expression unchanged. The head of security nodded. They moved in, but Mireille's grip on the mic only tightened. The guards moved swiftly, each taking an arm. Mireille thrashed, the mic still pressed to her lips.
You can't silence me. I made him. You are all fools for applauding a thief.
No more. I won't give her another second of my life.
Without a word, Hayato turned his back to the chaos and stepped off the stage into the wings. The audience sat frozen, their applause dead, the spotlight empty. Security finally pried the microphone from her grip. Her final shriek echoed off the chandeliers. Investors shook their heads. Some checked their watches. The evening had become a spectacle. Backstage, Riko stood in the shadows. She didn't speak, only watched him with quiet relief.
She waited. No questions. No demands. Just her.
He kept walking. Mireille's protests faded behind him, swallowed by the hum of the city night. The side door clicked shut behind them, muffling the distant murmur of the shaken gala.
I think we missed a scene.
She's right. The gala is still happening. But the only scene that mattered already left with me.
He felt the tension of the entire evening unravel in one breath. For the first time that night, his smile was genuine.
I didn't miss anything important. The only thing I needed was already beside me.
You are still avoiding a real answer, but I'll take this one.
Her quiet faith has always been louder than any applause. This is enough.
He reached over and took her hand. No words, just the warm, solid truth of it. They walked together through the narrow alley, the city lights painting their path forward. The launch would succeed. The investors would call. But none of that compared to what he'd already won.
I think I already won everything I needed tonight.
One. You just walked out on a room full of investors. Don't you care about the launch?
He turned to face her, the city lights reflecting in his eyes, a calm smile on his lips.
The deal is secure. The money will clear. But this is the prize I've been chasing all along.
He lifted her hand and pressed it gently against his chest, where his heart beat steady.
Hayato, I don't understand. This was your dream.
Dreams change. When I was alone, the app was everything. Now, you are the thing I can't lose.
Rico's eyes widened, then softened. She didn't pull away.
Then let's go home. Together.
And they did, walking out of the alley into the neon-lit streets, hand in hand, no longer just colleagues. 3 months later, the new PayNext office buzzed with quiet productivity. The glass doors bore the company name in clean silver letters. In the sunlit break room, a familiar pair leaned against the counter, steam rising from matching mugs.
You still drink it black. Some things never change.
And you still add too much sugar. But I am glad some things stayed the same.
He glanced at the quarterly report on his tablet. User numbers were climbing, so was their happiness.
A year ago, I was eating ramen alone. Now I discuss valuations with Solara and have coffee with the woman I love.
You are staring at that report like it's a love letter. Should I be jealous?
Never. The only love letter I need is the one you wrote on my coffee cup this morning.
Outside, the city moved on. But inside this small kitchen, time felt exactly right. No more storms, no more ghosts. Just two people who had found their way home. That evening, the sky burned orange and pink over the city. Hayato and Rico stood together on their apartment balcony.
From a cramped apartment eating instant ramen to this. The view, the company, the peace.
You are thinking about her, aren't you?
Number. I was thinking about ramen.
Ramen, of all things.
It reminds me of the person who brought me a bowl when I had nothing. The only investment that ever truly paid off.
Rico rested her head on his shoulder. The city lights flickered on, one by one, around them. Hayato didn't think about revenge anymore. He didn't need to. The best revenge wasn't the millions or the failed launch. It was this, the quiet life he built with the person who stayed, a former dreamer, a quiet believer, and a future they never needed to crash.